What up, though? This AJ. I'ma just be straight up, yo. The reason why I make videos like this, the reason why I've been making videos, the way I've been making them is because I was in deep belief that somebody at some point in time tried to do something to me while I was unconscious. And the only way that something could have been done to me unconscious, because I sleep lightly, meaning if I go to sleep, I don't go into a deep coma or something. You know what I mean? I will wake up. So the only way that somebody could actually do something to me in my sleep is if somebody put something in my food that consisted of me going into a deeper state of unconsciousness that would make me unresponsive to somebody trying to like do something to me sexual or standing over me or taking a picture of me or anything like that. So I believe at some point in time this has happened. You know what I'm saying? From December 2018 all the way up until right now of September 29th, 2025. I believe at some point somebody did something to me in my sleep. And I believe when I was in California that happened. The main reason why I'm about to like get up out of here, I'm not gonna even state like where I'm going or the next like house I move to or go to or area I go to. But I was just talking to a couple family members and I said I asked them, I said, if, one of my aunties was to put something in my food and drug me, would I know? Or if they were just to allow somebody to do something to me in my sleep, like, would I be able to understand that? Would I be able to know? And they said, well, it's not really right to be assuming that somebody would do something like that to you. And I said, you're right, but based off the stuff that I've been through in the past, you can't really blame me for trying to stay on the safe side all the way. So this is why after the 29th of June, even if I did ejaculate sperm in my boxer shorts and I just woke up out of my sleep and that was just something that naturally happened because I've been practicing semen retention for so long, I just asked the lady that was the detective if they could like look at the cameras to see if somebody did something to me in my sleep, and they told me that there was no footage. And I was like, that's crazy. I heard stories about the Lexington apartments back in like '07 and '08, back when they called these apartments the Lexington apartments. And um, even back in those days, they had camera footage that went back months and years. So I was like, a couple weeks after the 29th of June, like they were saying there was no footage. That was weird to me. And another thing, my I talked to my brother um, earlier today, or I guess you could say it was on the 28th of September now because it's the next day. It's 3 in the morning, past 3 in the morning. But I was on the phone with my brother around 10 p.m. and I was doing pull-ups downstairs again around the picnic table in the playground area. And my brother was like who was Al? Because it's this one guy named Al that my mom knew, and he went to that. He went with her to that condom reunion in Southwest Detroit on the 9th of August of this year, 2025. And I left my book bag in the rental car that he had got. When I got back in that rental car, I saw that I had like a couple things that had that was out of the book bag, but I didn't really think nothing of it. But I did kind of get a little skeptical. I was like, "Yo, you know what I'm saying?" I looked at Al. I looked, and my niece was in the front seat, so I just overlooked it because my niece was in the front seat. Al, it was Al's car. I almost asked Al if it was him, if he had like did something, but I just overlooked it. I just left it alone, yo, because um I was working on like mathematical algorithms when I was at that picnic, writing down stuff on a piece of paper. So, but when I first got there, my auntie Emilia took a picture of me, and I said, Auntie, I gave y'all a description of people who took pictures of me in the past and then gave other people with that cell phone back. And then they tried to make it look like on social media that I was around people that I wasn't around. So I could take some lady phone, take a picture of somebody, and then give it back to that lady. And then everybody be thinking that that lady was in the presence of somebody that I took a picture of. And I said also, it's a lot of phone hacking going on. It's a lot of that going on. People have like found a way to actually redirect phone calls. So if somebody could actually call my phone and then I could answer the phone and be talking to my auntie or talking to my cousin or something. And in that same time span, somebody else could literally be in that call and they could hear me talking, but I wouldn't hear them talking, but they could still like turn their phone on speakerphone and make it look like they conversing with me. It's crazy the shit people could do now with phones. So with that being said, that was the reason why I gave a description of yesterday, the 28th of the 27th of September, when my mom and my niece came by here, because um I was hoping that nobody possibly like tried to hack her phone or something like that. That's a big reason why, if I've ever put any cell phones up online, I said, yo, change that cell phone number. You know what I'm saying? When I first got this cell phone, this iPhone 15, I went to the LA library and I tried to log into my Google account. And I basically typed in my cell phone number for them to send me the notification to log into my Google account. And Google responded to me saying that this number has been used too many times on this Google platform. So too many times somebody else had tried to log into Google accounts and they used my cell phone number to do it. I called up Verizon and asked them, yo, how long do y'all wait until y'all put this number back into the number pool? You know what I mean? And they told me at least a year, but it'd be so long. Even if it don't be a year, they make sure that don't nobody else even be using that phone. But I let them know that as soon as I got this phone, I immediately started getting text messages. If people asking for somebody named Jarrell, I kept getting text messages, rental car agencies, continuously, constantly, people asking for somebody named Jarrell. I'm like, who the fuck is Jarrell? I was asking around the whole tiny home shelter, is there somebody at this shelter by the name of Jarrell? They all told me no. So, what made me think about the tiny home shelter is I spoke on, like, my niece. She's silly, yo. My niece is silly, yo. And she took a picture of me uh like this. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like she like my forehead, like, you know what I'm saying? But what made me like think back on just that is, I got a video on my Facebook. I was in a tiny home shelter. I woke up one morning, and right before I woke up, I swear I felt like I was dreaming. And I literally felt like somebody had their hand on my forehead and was doing like this. You know what I'm saying? Like doing like this. And I woke up and I immediately made a video and I said, yo, I feel like somebody was just standing over me. And I asked my roommate, this older guy, this old man, he was my roommate, this dude named Mike. And he told me, no, nobody came in here, anything like that. So, that, I'm not saying that my niece is moving in the mess away, nothing like that. That ain't got anything to, like, I thought about that though. Like, I feel like sometimes God probably be talking to me in certain situations. Make this a long story short, yo. I read an article about a lady that was a housekeeper that was cleaning up at a hotel, and this one man had sex with this lady, and he was a billionaire or a millionaire or something like that. And then the housekeeper took the condom that he threw in the trash and impregnated herself, and then actually took that guy to court and won. You know what I'm saying? So somebody could actually do something to me in my sleep, take my sperm and give it to somebody, and then make up a whole lie on me. You know what I'm saying? And then just go to work on my phone for the next few months, hack my phone all damn day, make up lies, make up lies, make up lies. This is why I didn't just reach out to the police. I also reached out to the cyber hacking agency, because they got technology that can actually trace to see if it's somebody hacking my phone or doing that phishing stuff or putting up diversions on my phone and like trying to make up lies. But all that being said, yo, a few of my family members, like, I'm not gonna stick around here too much longer, but the whole point that I'm making is I just gave it straight to my family. I said, I think since I've been in Michigan, somebody has possibly did something to me in my sleep. I think only people that stay here is my auntie. So I was like, I don't know, I hate to sound scandalous, but I was saying, like, I think at some point in time maybe she put something in my food and I got drugged. I do know when I was living in South Carolina that happened to me, yo. That happened. No, I don't expect to let my guard down and then somebody put something in my food that put me to a deep state of unconsciousness and then I get recorded or something. That happened at the shelters in California. Imagine you eat some food and you go to sleep. And then when you go to sleep, whatever that you ingested, it basically, it kicks in your system, and then you be in a deep state of unconsciousness. And it probably lasts for about a few hours or something like that. And in that time span of those few hours, somebody could be doing something to you, yo. Taking a picture of you, taking a recording of you, put it on Snapchat, and then everybody would see it on Snapchat. But videos on Snapchat appear and then they disappear when they done, like being seen, and that'd be the end of that. You know what I'm saying? And then that could just be the end of that, yo. So a lot of people could be looking at you in a certain way, but it's no footage, it's no proof or evidence or nothing like that. So somebody could do something to me sexual in my sleep, take my sperm, give it to somebody, and then 9 months later, they could be saying that some girl could be saying she had a sexual relationship with me, and I'm like, no, that's a bold-faced lie. Or even worse, some lady under the age of 18 could do something like that. If it's people that exist that would actually impregnate themselves and take a condom out of a garbage can and do that, don't you think it's people that exist in this world that would actually sacrifice their own kids and make up a bold-faced lie and try to make it look like I'm talking to some lady that's under the age of 18 or something like that? It's people in this world that exist like that. I said money show everybody true colors. So when I started moving in a certain way that showed that I got this progressive motive to just keep on trying to figure out my gift from God and move like that, a lot of people looking at me in a negative way. And it's a whole bunch of other people moving in a certain way that just try to manipulate me, make me look like I'm a scandalous dude, Joe. This is happening, I'm telling you. So no disrespect to anybody. I spoke with this one lady named Shannon Renee that I talked to on the 30th of June. I didn't know this lady. I never called that lady. Last time I seen her talk to that lady was on the 30th of June. But what was so weird is I looked on TikTok and I saw that this lady was following my mom and my auntie Emily. And they said, oh, that's that lady from our old neighborhood. And I said, yo, y'all are y'all 60s. This lady I talked to, she at least looked like she was in her 40s. Maybe she was older than that, but she was in her 40s, yo. So I'm looking like, that was just kind of like, I was like, that maybe it's just a coincidence they got the same name. So no disrespect to that lady or anybody else, but the main reason why I gave a description of what happened on the 27th of September 2025 was because I don't want nobody hacking anybody else's phone either. You know what I'm saying? This is why I also talked about when I was working out outside one time by those picnic tables, and I took a picture of this one family that was Ethiopian. They asked me to take a picture of them, and I was saying somebody could possibly hack their phone, activate their camera, and make it look like I'm taking a selfie. You feel me? That can happen. I got a lot of screenshots in my phone, a lot of videos in my phone showing how my phone is hacked or was hacked. So somebody could be playing the reality of social media somewhere else, right? Saying they're talking to me. They telling the whole world, oh, I'm talking to him. I'm having sex with AJ. I'm having sex with Alvin. It would be a whole bold-faced lie. I wouldn't know shit because my phone been hacked for a long time. And while it's still getting constantly hacked, somebody else could be hacking in my accounts and then socializing with other people with my accounts. They got some type of devices and they got some type of a hold now to where they can prompt your phone to actually not be able to record videos, and then they can hack into your account and socialize with other people, and at the same exact time still hinder your phone from actually being able to record videos or upload videos. I've literally tried to upload videos before on YouTube that was like 30 seconds long, and it will take a whole day for it to upload. That's just somebody saying, hey, I'm gonna let this take all day to upload. I'm poking at you. I'm playing with you. Listen, I'm not doing foreplay with any of these ladies. The last time I engaged in sex was February 2022, yo. 3 years, 7 months it's been since I had sex. 2 years, 7 months it's been since I smoked or drank or vaped or smoked tobacco or smoked weed or drank any kind of alcohol. It's been 2 years and 7 months. And the last time I masturbated, actually ejaculated sperm, was November 2023. So if there's some lady saying that she had sex with me or she got impregnated by me, you know what I'm saying? That is a lie. That is a lie. Because even when I was living in St. George, South Carolina, those 4 ladies, that was it. And all of those ladies, I used a condom. I threw the condom away with the one lady in November 2021. February 2022, that was the last time I engaged in sex. That lady, that condom did come up missing, but then I basically looked her up online, and that lady was the same age as me. She was dark skinned. She was about 5'9" or 5'8". She told me she did hair for a living. She had a daughter that was like 14, 15. I mean, I even made sure that her daughter didn't have no kids and nothing like that, because that's what creeped me out. She didn't, like, because I was making sure she wouldn't do something that evil and trifling. That lady didn't have no like late kids. She didn't have no newborns, nor did hurt anybody around her family. Because I did research like a year later. Um, I just looked them up online and I asked around St. George, South Carolina, because that lady stayed in Reedsville, and that's like 2 minutes away from St. George, South Carolina, if that. And Reedsville is a small town, so is St. George, but St. George is a little bit bigger than Reedsville. So the whole time I was living in California, I truly believed somebody had did that. Once I believed somebody did that, I reached out to the cyber hacking agency. I said that I'm part of the 144,000 Israelites. There are actually people saying that, no, he not. There's somebody telling him all this stuff. That's how he able to keep on deflecting these assumptions and all of this other stuff. So ain't nobody telling me anything, yo. I spend a lot of time praying to God. That's real. But a lot of people get upset with me when I talk like this, because they try to critique me. They tell me, okay, you got to learn a certain amount of Bible scriptures first. You got to do this. You got to do that. I said a long time ago, God is a relationship first, yo. So with that being said, I feel like I should learn more Bible scriptures. I should get in more deeper to that. But I just pray a lot. And God not playing about like a lot of lies that's being told. So I can always say, look, I've been through pure hell. I've been through pure hell in the past. So if I'm wrong about all this other stuff that I'm thinking about, I could say my apologies. I was wrong. My bad. You know what I'm saying? But you can't tell me that I'm going through schizophrenia or I'm going through paranoia, or you can't diagnose me in a foul way until you acknowledge all that other crazy, fucked up bullshit that I've been through and still is going through. You know, you can't overlook that. So no disrespect to that lady that was, no disrespect to the Oakland County Police or any other police officer, agents, or nothing like that, or anybody that I spoke of. But I have been drugged before, unknowingly. I don't mean that I was smoking and drinking with somebody. No. If I go to a bar and I get drunk, I can understand getting drugged by somebody. Even though that's fucked up, I can say, okay, I ain't had no business going there. If I'm smoking and something messed up happened, I could understand that, but I'm not smoking. I'm not drinking. So if somebody drugged me, the only way that I could have got caught slipping is if somebody put something poisonous in my food, yo. Because you don't expect somebody to sprinkle something in your food. So if there's some type of a rumor going on online somewhere of somebody saying that they talking to me or had sex with me in any kind of way like that, that means everybody is keeping me away and keeping me in the dark. I just talked to my auntie earlier, and I said, look, if there's something being said about me, y'all need to let me know, because I'm not with the, don't tell AJ, don't tell him, don't tell AJ, don't tell Albert, don't tell him, because people, that's a form of manipulation. My advice to anybody is be very careful with people who talk over you, and be very careful with people who will try to take turns talking over you. No, don't ever if somebody is talking over you, just walk away. Don't even have a conversation with them. Because the moment you allow people to talk over you, they feel like they can control you. When they feel like they can control you, they feel like they can manipulate you. When they feel like they can manipulate you, then they'll try to manipulate you to other people. And what I mean by that is they'll make you look like a fucked up person to other people. So it's really manipulating that person that they're trying to convince that you're a scandalous person too. So it's also manipulating them, but you know what I'm saying? From your point of view, it's gonna look like you're just getting manipulated. So don't ever the moment people feel like they can talk over you, that's what what they're really doing when they're trying to talk over you. They basically saying, I don't want you to say something logical that will make me shut up. I don't want you to say something logical that will basically stop this fucked up ass lie that I'm trying to throw on your name. I don't want you to say something that will completely shut down everything that I'm trying to throw on your name. So let me talk over you. And if and then when I keep on trying to talk over you, if you don't basically let me talk over you, then I'm gonna make you look like you're a combative, argumentative asshole. And that's what a lot of people have done in the past, who basically realized that they couldn't talk over me. Because when I walk away, the first thing they do is start gossiping about me. You know what I'm saying? That has happened in the past. So my advice to anybody is don't ever, if you feel like somebody trying to talk over you, walk away. Just because that's not a conversation. A conversation is supposed to be held. You're supposed to say what you got to say. They're supposed to say what they got to say. If you can't have a regular adult conversation, You know what I'm saying? A logical adult conversation, just walk away. Because most likely they already know that you are telling the truth about whatever you're talking about. They already know you made a good point. Their goal is not to basically reach a logical understanding. Their goal is to basically reach a manipulative diagnosis that they can spread amongst everybody else, make everybody look at you in a scandalous way. You know what I'm saying? Because they can like publicly diagnose you to everybody else, and everybody be like, "Oh yeah, that dude over there, yeah, he got some problems or whatever." No, yo, I've been through this. I don't have no problems as far as like having some type of a psychological disease or something going, but I do got problems as far as like, you know, the basic stuff like the dysfunctions, um, the arguments that, you know, some people have with their family, or, you know, just some of the stuff that I've been through, you feel me? But I just wanted to say that, yo. I think I spoke on everything else. I'm gonna go to sleep. I just got out the shower. Um, I just wanted to add on to that video that I released. I didn't release it yet, but I recorded a video right after I hung out with my niece and my mom, you feel me? And I was hoping that nobody like hacked into my niece's phone, because I ain't even gonna lie. I went on Instagram and I saw I looked at Sweetie Instagram, and she got a picture like this. You know what I'm saying? She got a picture like this, like on one of her IGs. And it was her that I thought it was Summer Walker, but it wasn't. It was actually Sweetie I was looking at. And she had on like it was another picture she took, and it was kind of sort of like, she took a picture that was kind of sort of like that. Like, it was like somebody on, like she was on top of someone or something like that. No disrespect to her. She beautiful too. God bless to her. But the point that I'm making is, I recorded a video talking about how it was one night I was asleep on a blow up mattress in my auntie crib here at the Regal Towers, and I thought that I was dreaming, but it was I feel like it was somebody on top of me, like, and was shaking me, and I thought that was just a dream of somebody saying, "Wake up, wake up." But when I woke up, like a couple hours later, an hour later, I don't know how long ago later it was, I woke up and I looked around. I asked if somebody came in there, and my auntie told me no. So that's not a psychological disease. That's not a mental disease. That's not bipolar. That's not schizophrenic. It's just sometimes I be more on guard. You know what I'm saying? When I wake up, if I'm around some lady, ask any lady that I used to talk to back in the day when I was sexually active, I was never somebody who woke up all paranoid. That wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? Any of the ladies that I was talking to, I went to sleep with, I was cool. I was comfortable because I knew what I was doing. I was well aware of what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just making this video just to make sure that ain't nobody trying to frame me, yo. Cause I think some type of lie is floating around already. I think some lady running around here lying, and it's a whole group of people. Listen, people will stage sceneries and then act like they're upset about something when they know what's really going on. Like I said before, if somebody sit back and observe me, women do this to athletes a lot. You know what I'm saying? Some men do this to women that's rich a lot. If they feel like, yo, this guy right here is destined for some type of greatness in the future, hey, let's frame him, put something in his food, drug him. All we got to do is hack his phone, and then we go socialize with people on his phone for a little while. When we done doing that, we go, you know, rape him in his sleep, get his sperm, give his sperm to somebody. Probably, even worse, they'll try to give my sperm to somebody some lady that's under the age of 18. Go online, make it look like I'm talking to some lady under the age of 18. Go online, reach out to some lady that I used to talk to way back in the day. Tell that lady to make up a bold-faced lie. You know what I'm saying? That lady would come forth to say that I probably used to talk to her when she was under the age of 18 or something like that. They'll use her for like the foundation of whatever lie they telling. And then they'll just tell that other lady, yeah, you know, we go wait for a few months and then we go say that man impregnated you. I could come forth and say that's a bold-faced lie. But if somebody have a baby that got my DNA, it's hard for me to defend myself in court about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's some men who possibly got nieces or daughters and they think like this. They don't, like, they will literally try to sacrifice their own daughter or their own niece, and they would know what they're doing. But when they get around the public, and everybody else, they gonna act like they upset. But they know, no, they just trying to earn, they just trying to, you know, basically get rich off somebody else. You would be surprised, dog. It's some niggas that move like this. It's some ladies that move like this. They don't care. Like, it's some ladies who literally be telling their daughters, hey, if you ever get with an athlete or get with a millionaire or a billionaire, make sure you try to get impregnated by him. Instead of telling that lady, you know what I'm saying, just try to be a good wife, they'll be telling her, like, no, get your money right first, you know, and that's, some people just like that. So God bless to everybody. I don't mean no disrespect to anybody in this video that I really ain't even spoken to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking of the possibilities of people's phones getting hacked. You know what I'm saying? But it did make me I did get skeptical about when my mom and my niece pulled off. I saw these people pull up in a truck and they was moving, and it looked like they was about to move their stuff in, and then as soon as my mom pulled off, they drove behind them, and that made me very, very, very skeptical, yo. That made me that really creeped me out. It made me kind of sort of like I'll be observing and stuff like that because I'm like, yo, is they following them? You know what I'm saying? So the first thing I did was make sure I eyeballed that truck, and I was like, okay, I'm making sure that there's nothing crazy or negative happen in the future, yo, because I just didn't like that. Like as soon as they pulled off the other truck, I'm observing. These days you gotta be. You know what I'm saying? You have to be, and ain't nothing wrong with that. It just depends on how you it depends on how you present your thoughts online, because people will try to take things that you said in the past and they could try to weaponize that against you and make it look like you got some type of mental problem. So I told my peoples recently, I said, listen, if y'all are reaching out to somebody or some agency or some psych ward, y'all need to let me know. That's why I recently said I'm about to reach out to that lady that I talked to December 2022 and asked her, December 1st, 2022 to be exact. All that lady did was talk to me. I talked to her. I never seen her or talked to her since that day of December 1st, 2022. So I said, there's no way somebody could try to put some type of a mentally ill diagnosis over me. That would be illegal. Because when I went to that Charter hospital, they straight up told me, ain't nothing wrong with you. Make sure you pay your bills on time. And I thought they was being funny when they said that, because I'm like, ain't no way I'm inside of a hospital where you telling me, you giving me financial advice. So, but yeah, on some real shit, I truly believe at some point in time throughout living in California, somebody took my sperm or something and then framed me in some type of way and gave my sperm to somebody, and then they try to make up a lie. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be some dude or an older cousin or older brother or an uncle acting like he mad about something, but deep down he like, yeah, we got that nigga. But when other people come around, he'll look at me like, man, fuck that nigga. I don't like that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then that's worse because people from the outside looking in would be like, no, that man wouldn't do nothing like that, because as angry as he is, he wouldn't do nothing like that. So this is why I make videos like this. This is why I've been making videos like this for the last, honestly, 3 years straight of my life, because I'm not allowing somebody to try to frame me. I'm not allowing somebody to try to sabotage me. Yo, it ain't happening. But yeah, I saw a video. I mean, I saw a post of Sweetie, and she did like this. She had a picture up like this, like on her forehead type deal, like a picture like that. And that made me think about when I was at a tiny home shelter and I was asleep, and I swear it felt like somebody had their hand over my forehead. I thought that one of them ladies at the tiny home had snuck into that tiny home unit and it took a recording of me, yo, and then made up some lie. I'm telling you, yo, this shit can happen. So the only way that people could get away with that kind of stuff for this long is if somebody try to like literally put some diagnosis over me. Because once you do that, everybody in law enforcement will say, hey, that guy right there, no, don't even pay that dude no mind. I heard that dude was mentally ill. And then they'll ignore everything that I'm saying, because once you got something like that on your name, everything that you say is contradicted immediately. Not when you're done talking, while you talking. And that's why I said I'm about to call that lady up, because the way people have tried to talk over me in the past, yo, man, look, I've been very, very humble throughout life. It's mainly specifically the last couple of years of my life, and it made me real upset, because it's a lot more stuff like I be going through, and I be talking about a lot of it like as a lady, especially when it comes to certain family members of mine not really looking the same, acting the same. See, I'm stuttering just talking about it because it bothers me every time I think about it. But shit. God bless to everybody, yo. It's 3:49 p.m. I'm 3:49 a.m. It's September 29th, 2025. The main reason why I recorded this video, because I wanted to let it be known, look, no disrespect to anybody. God bless to everybody. I'm just recording this video just in case there's some lady running around saying that she had sex with me or been impregnated about me. That's a whole bold-faced lie. I know if I want to go out and have sex or not. You know what I'm saying? And it's a coincidence that that one lady, that Shannon lady, got the same name as the lady that I talked to on the 30th of June. You know what I'm saying? Earlier that day, an old childhood friend of mine came through and picked me up in his van and was door dashing around a little bit. And I even spoke of the Celebrity Scissor, and he was like, man, it's a wrap for her, man, but what you think of my cousin? And I was like, what? Nigga, what is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I was just talking about like getting out of here, like, yeah, it's a rap with her, but what you think of my cuz? I'm like, bro, what is you talking about, man? I've been through so much stuff. I've been through so much shit. I already talked about that though, but that right there made me say, like, nigga, what is you talking about, bro? Like, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think sometimes people be going through something. I went into the Meyer grocery store and grabbed me an energy drink of one of them Celsius energy drinks. He was like, man, come on, you good. And I was like, oh, you bought it? You already bought it? He was like, no, man, mind over something. I was like, bro, I'm not about to steal this shit, man. And went over and paid for it. But I don't know. That nigga, I ain't hung out with that nigga for real since I was like 23, 22. So I don't know. Maybe he's still silly. I don't know. Um, I keep like taking this camera in and out and shit. So the point that I'm making is later on that day I ran into this lady named Shannon Renee, and I just talked to her for a little bit. She gave me her number. I was thinking about hitting her up, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it because I'm not gonna entertain the lust. You know what I'm saying? This light skinned lady. She was in her 40s though. I know she was older than me. I'm 35, but I thought she was just in her 40s. And um, I just told her like I ain't gonna entertain it. I ain't gonna call you. But I saw that same exact. It's some lady with that same name that's following my cousin and my mom and my auntie Yang Yi, my auntie Emily. I mean, so the moment my auntie Emily took that picture of me when I got to that Southwest Detroit Condom reunion on August 9th of 2025, see, I'm being extra specific with the times and the dates. I immediately thought somebody probably hacked her phone, yo. Or somebody was hacking her phone and then taking that picture, making like they was taking a picture of me. I grabbed like a little piece of paper and I was just writing down math algorithms when I was there. I came there with my book bag and I said, man, I'm not about to be hauling this notebook around and all of that. And I left my book bag in the car, an Al car, this dude named Al that stay in Florida. And when I came back in the car, I saw like the notebook was outside the bag, and I just looked like, and I was about to ask Al like, yo, did you mess with this book bag? I just left it alone, yo. But yeah, it's this stuff that I'm talking about. I talked about it to people before, and people has like anytime somebody try to talk over you, yo, my advice to anybody time anytime somebody trying to talk over you or you talking about something that's important, just walk away. Don't even like get your point across first. If you're not gonna walk away, make sure you get your point across. Because I can easily at any given time say my bad, my apologies, I was tripping. But I know I'm not tripping about everything. So that's why I said when I do finally talk to somebody like that, like a therapist or something, I'm gonna be straight up open with them about everything that I'm going through. And I gotta be around somebody that's not willing to basically bullshit me, yo. And it feel good talking to my cousin about that because he was like, all right, well, yeah, go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk to the right people. But God bless to everybody, yo. I just be trying to stay on the safe side first and foremost because people could try to literally make me look mentally ill, yo, and make up a lie about me and say, oh, that dude's schizophrenic. And then when I say I've been celibate for over 3 years or sober for over 2 years or practicing semen retention for almost 2 years, people will literally say that's bullshit. And then it'd be some lady walking around like, yeah, nigga, I heard you had sex with that one lady. Or even worse. They made me like I'm having sex with some underage girl or even like some man. Yo, that's horrible. You know how to throw that on me. So this the reason why I make videos like this. This is the reason why I keep making videos like this. You know what I'm saying? God bless to everybody, yo. September 29, 2025. 3:54 a.m.